Is anybody here who is currently in Florida in the path where Hurricane Milton passed by overnight? Can give us a little update as to what they're seeing now, what's going on, where they are, because um okay, okay, I see that. Good morning, guys. How are you doing over on this side of town? I'm sorry, I was over on the talk a little bit before I came over to you, but how are you doing? Good morning to you. I hope everybody having a great morning. This is the morning after Hurricane Milton pummeled Central Florida last night, leaving behind a trail of destruction and deaths, as far as I have been told. It has now traveled all the way across the state, and is now heading over into the Atlantic, but it has not come without some destruction. If you see on the thumbnail there, that's the sheriff department in Port St. Lucie having been destroyed by a tornado. There were several tornadoes in Florida, recorded in Florida yesterday, and those tornadoes, it came about before before the hurricane before the hurricane came up. So here they just sent me a notification. Hurricane Milton rips off roofs in Tampa Bay. And also the what they call this, the raised Tropicana field, which was turned into a shelter. The people who were sheltering there ended up needing a shelter themselves. Oh boy, there are some haunting pictures here. Hurricane Milton slammed into Florida's west coast with catastrophic 120-mile-per-hour winds, leaving 3 million people without power. Good morning, Thief. How are you doing? Good morning. Let's see what else is going on. I don't know how to share my screen with y'all. So y'all just have to put up with me until I learn how to. Okay, so y'all remember that man, that man with that one-legged man who lives on the boat in down there in over there in Tampa, I believe it is. They were urging yesterday to leave out of the boat and go to a shelter and stuff. Here they say he survived. He spent the night on his boat. There were conflicting reports. Some people said he had come off the boat. Some people said he had stayed, and the reports were just so conflicting that I just stopped paying attention to the people who were saying this and saying that. But now they are saying that he spent the night on his boat and he came out unscathed. Let's see what this says here. Where are my people? Where is Jiggy? Jiggy, where are you? Come talk to me. Tell me what's happening over there in Tampa, because there is a lot going on. Hurricane Milton slammed into Florida's west coast on Wednesday night as an extremely dangerous storm, bringing a life-threatening surge and catastrophic winds that left more than 3 million people without power and inundated underwater. Milton made landfall as a Category 3 storm near Siesta Key in Sarasota County around 8:30 p.m., with winds of up to 120 miles per hour, according to the National Weather Center. Significantly lighter than 180 mile per hour Milton blew, while ranging at a Category 5 storm at various points as it traveled across the Gulf of Mexico. Siesta Key, a barrier island off Sarasota, Sarasota, renowned for being one of the 25 best beaches in the world, was about 5,500 with about 5,500 residents who are mostly retiring people. Now, with the geographical location of Florida and the way your hurricanes can always cause significant damage, I think the people who are elderly, people who can't move too fast, shouldn't shouldn't live so close to the water. But who am I? what am I? What am I even saying? People look out at the surging waters. Jesus, why are they switching this? Hold on there, people. Why does this keep obscuring my view of what I'm reading? Water levels rose to more than 8 feet. Lyndon, how are you and the hurricane, my love? Talk to me. How are you and the hurricane? How did you do last night? Because I know the hurricane passed right by you. How did you do with it? What's going on? What are you seeing? What are you seeing down there on the ground where you are at? You say you're hanging in there. Oh, you stayed at work overnight. Okay. So you haven't gotten a chance to go home yet to see. So you haven't gone home yet to see what is happening? I hope these people know that. Okay, so Lyndon had to stay over at work last night because of the hurricane. He hasn't. You say you're not gonna see any hurricane till 7 tonight? Then the hurricane is still carrying on? Shadeen! Oh my goodness, Shadeen! Shadeen, how are you doing? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Girl, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. My bad. My bad. I should have seen you. Right? I don't know what happened to this thing here. Whenever I'm over here on the top, wonderful, Shadeen. The talk is always freezing. I don't know why. But only it, because when I'm over on the tube alone, I never have this problem, but over here it's always freezing. I'm not sure why. But anyway, Zarin, how are you doing, Zarin? Good to see you. Good to see you watching from Malaysia. Welcome. Welcome, Zarin. How is it over there? What's going on with you over there, my dear? I hope everything is good with you. We are here talking about the Hurricane Milton that slammed into Florida last night. That are talking about. Barry is here. Welcome, Barry. Good morning to you. How are you doing? Blessings to you on this here Thursday morning. Hope everything is good with you, my love. I'm trying to see if the people who were in the direct path of Milton last night, if they're able to come out this morning. I know a lot of people last night, there were several people on the live who were saying they had already lost power, and with them having lost power, I figure that they are conserving the little energy they have, and so they might not be here. People like Juggis had lots of power banks, so I'm not sure, but maybe he stayed up all night. Maybe he's sweeping out water, because maybe not. He's on a high rise, so I don't think so. But we'll see. We'll see. We are going to be talking here. In the background there, guys, you see the destruction that a tornado caused yesterday on the Port St. Lucie Police Department. Andrea is here. Good morning, Andrea. How are you doing, my love? Good to see you, my love. Um, my family is okay. I ain't spoke to them yet this morning. I haven't spoken to them yet this morning. I spoke to them last night. It was raining. But down there in Miami where was so seriously affected. So they are. I'm gonna say that they are okay. Trust me, if they weren't okay, my phone would have been blowing up all morning. Would have been blowing up all morning, I tell you. Yeah. Oh, me? No, me not at work, but me dey home. I am home. I'm home. No work at the moment. Me not go work until tomorrow. Let's see what else is going on here according to the internet. Because I thought the hurricane crossed over last night. Me can't believe that the hurricane is going to take its only little time to go across Florida. That my friend here is saying he's not going to see the hurricane until 8 o'clock tonight. Hold on there. Water levels rose more than 8 feet in Sarasota, with storm surge up to 5 feet. That was recorded from Naples to Charlotte Harbor, with more inundation likely in Manatee and Sarasota counties. By early Thursday, the superstorm was downgraded to a Category 1. All right, so if it's downgraded to Category 1, Linda, you ain't got much to worry about, though its effects could still be felt as it made its way across the Sunshine State. Sarasota will continue to see intense wind gusts of up to 100 plus miles per hour as Milton gradually moves across the region, as well as storm surge as high as 12 feet. Power outages are in effect. More than 2.2 million people are without power this Thursday morning, with several outages along the peninsula's western coast and central Florida, where several deadly tornadoes ripped through the region. Zarin say, how do we prepare when a hurricane is coming across our region? We get to higher grounds. We make sure we have our documents in waterproof, in a waterproof container. We have flashlights, and we try to have gas in our car. If we gotta drive, if we have to drive somewhere, we try to have a full tank of gas. Thank you so much, Shadeen. Thank you so much. You know, we stock up on food and water, and food we mean like non-perishable food, because chances are we're going to lose electricity. We're not going to depend on what is in the refrigerator. So we are going to buy snacks and non-perishable foods in the can, and bread and crackers and that kind of stuff. I know over there where you are at, you all get like the monsoon rain, right? And for our bills, we batten down. We use plywood to cover the windows, and weight down the roof. We try what we can, but we know that nature oftentimes is stronger than what we expect. Okay, at least 9 tornadoes were confirmed as storm systems capable of generating horrific tornadoes, swept across Florida and its southern peninsula ahead of Washington's official landfall on Wednesday. Oh my word. You should see the pictures. Vehicles underwater, gas stations without roofs, buildings and cranes collapsing and buildings. Ooh, Lord. On the opposite coast of Sarasota, tornadoes killed multiple people. You all hear this? Remember I was talking about this, that several people had died, but I wasn't sure what caused it. Look at this. This says, on the opposite coast of Sarasota, tornadoes killed multiple people in a retirement home in Fort Pierce. Port St. Lucie Sheriff Keith Pearson told the local news station that between 6 and 12 twisters tore through the area in just 20 minutes. He later said he was able to total 17 hit the county during an appearance on TV. So many people, I tell you. I mean, sometimes it's not the first time I've heard of tornadoes in Florida, but for this many tornadoes to come through in one area right ahead of the hurricane, this is unbelievable. It says here, search and rescue teams were excavating people from damaged buildings at the Spanish Lakes Country Club Village, where several people died. The sheriff did not provide an exact number of fatalities. I'm sure we're going to get an update today on all those people who perished in the tornadoes down there in Florida yesterday. OMG. Back on the Gulf Coast. Oh boy. Oh boy. Tampa's surge was practically nil due to offshore winds at around 11 p.m. Still, powerful winds rocked Tampa and St. Petersburg across the bay and tore the roof of the Tropicana field where many were sheltering. So you see, I mean, some people, no matter what they did not escape. This is serious. This is a serious loss of life and limb and property and everything. Property can be replaced, but lives cannot. Remember, a lot of people were being sent to the shelters because they did not have the means to leave the area. So they were being sent to shelters. Now the hurricane has slammed into the shelters, causing damage to the shelters. So the people are, it's like 6-1, half dozen the other. You would have stayed home, you would have gotten hurt, you went to the shelter, you still got hurt. And it's so sad because I don't know how they think. I kind of find it sometimes kind of ridiculous, you know, because a shelter is a building. Okay? I am not sure if they put more effort in the codes that they use to build these shelters. But I'm always seeing the shelters getting hit with people in it. And I would say, why not shelter the people outside of the area completely? Is it just me? Or don't you all think that would be a better option? You tell them leave their home, but come to the shelter. And when they get to the shelter, there's no 100% guarantee of safety. The shelter itself is getting the roof lift off, and the people are getting hurt either way because they're still in the path of the hurricane. Do y'all think they should have bust those people out? Like, bust them out to shelters outside of the danger zone? Or is just me thinking too much? Maybe the latter is true. But let us continue. North of Bradenton, just north, not north of, but north in Bradenton. Bradenton is about 15 miles from Tampa, somewhere around there. The area was walloped with winds of 80 to 100 miles per hour. In Boca Grande, a small island community south of Sarasota, they saw a devastating surge of 13 feet. Wow. Good Lord, look at the buildings. Everything is destroyed. And remember, many of these buildings were battered by Helene 2 weeks ago. Many of these buildings were battered by Helene. So, my word. Oh, your sister, she was in her house. Is she okay? Or maybe you can't even get in touch with her now because power lines are down and electricity is out and the internet is disrupted and there is so much damage. Donald, good morning to you. Good morning, your mom. Good morning, Andy Drew. How are you doing? I'm sorry. Thank you, Zareen. I wish for you the same. I hope you have a great day, my love. Over 3 million people live around Tampa Bay were ordered to evacuate ahead of the storm after Tampa Bay told them that they will die. Milton made history as it charged towards Florida, peaking at the second strongest Gulf hurricane in history just a day after forming off the Yucatan Peninsula. Oh, wow. And even as the storm weakened while approaching Florida's coast, typical behavior for a hurricane, it swelled rapidly in size in the final hours before landfall, stretching more than 250 miles in diameter from 175 in just a matter of hours. Traveling on the northeastern coast, Milton's effects are being felt across the entirety of Florida, just 2 weeks after Hurricane Helene devastated portions of the state. But while Helene traveled north into the heart of the U.S. South, wreaking chaos with severe flooding that led to at least 230 deaths, Milton will mercilessly blow out the eastern end of Florida and into the Atlantic Ocean. It's expected to continue to clobber the central Florida peninsula with devastating rain and damaging winds throughout Thursday before it exits into the Atlantic. So, so that means central Florida is still experiencing some of the hurricane. The hurricane had all night to travel across. Why is it lingering still? Why is the hurricane lingering still? This is tragic. This is a tragedy. Where are my people, mother? Oh, they. Where is she at? Where is she at, Shadeen? Is she in Central Florida? Hello, Dr. Chris. How you doing? Is she in Central Florida? Where exactly is she? What is this? Hold on, the people. Let me see what this is. Okay, why are they showing me all of this morning? Why are they showing me all of this? I don't need to see all of this. Not today. Not today, internet. Not today. You're not going to distract me with this foolishness. Not today. Not today. We're talking about the hurricane. We're talking about the tornadoes down there. Oh, she's near the bridge? Which bridge? She's near which bridge? Where is she? What county? What city is she in? 12 hours ago would have been 8 o'clock. Wait, we were trying to see what happened to Lieutenant Dan as well. Let me see what has happened to the man. The man is trying to live his best life on his boat. And Wednesday, yesterday was October 10th, 9:15 p.m. Okay, so Dan has vowed to stay in the hurricane. Um, um, hold on a second. Wait a minute now. Yeah, oh, she's in Florida. Where in Florida is she? Is she up in the Tampa area? Because by now hurricane it's downgraded. They say it's a category 1 right now. It's a category 1, so it's not as damaging as it was when it hit land last night. We were on live last night when it hit, and the winds were just brutal. The wind and the rain. But I'm glad it has calmed down now. Angie, good morning to you. How are you doing, Angie? Good morning. Angie, you see any wind or rain? I know in Miami they were having a little bit of rain last night. My mom said there was rain and there was a little bit of wind, but nothing to write home about. Okay. Okay, she didn't say up where the storm was. The storm is still up there. Good morning, Oshane. How are you doing? Your name suggests that you can swim. Your name suggests that you can swim, Oshane. Good morning, how are you? Okay, wonderful, Angie. So down there in Fort Lauderdale, they didn't have anything much. We're south of Fort Lauderdale, and my mom said there wasn't anything much going on. A little bit of rain and stuff. I haven't talked to her this morning, but I'm sure that she's okay. If she wasn't okay, my phone would have been blowing up by now. Yeah, but they're okay as far as I can tell for right now. And we're not like in a flood prone area, so I'm not too worried. I'm not worried about flooding in that area. The wind though, Jordan, what's up? The wind though, if the wind is powerful enough, um, we have mango trees close to the house. But I think the hurricane is going to stay. The hurricane is projected to stay north. To go to cut right across Central Florida there and go right across over into the Atlantic. So I am not too worried. I'm not too worried at all. Winsome, good morning to you. Angie says she get just a little wind and a little rain down there in Fort Lauderdale. Wonderful. What about the tornadoes? Did the tornado affect you at all? Because up the road there in Port St. Lucie, the tornado did a walloping up there. Tornadoes, tornadoes left and right, left and right. Okay, no tornadoes in your area. Okay, there were tornadoes up in Wellington, further up in West Palm Beach, up there in Port St. Lucie, Fort Pierce, up that area. Up that area got quite a few. Got quite a few tornadoes. Let's see what's going on here. Hold on, let me see what is going on there. People are being encouraged to stay off the roads. There is water. Even though the storm has passed, residents are being encouraged to stay off the roads down there in Pinellas County in Florida. Why this thing keep doing this? They are trying to rescue all those people in that nursing facility. And you see, the thing about being working in nursing facility, when you are taking care of those patients, you can't leave. It's not so easy to evacuate those patients because some of them need oxygen, they need all kinds of other medical equipment. So if you have to think of evacuating, you have to think about how you're going to be able to provide those services on the evacuation route, and where you are going to go that's going to be able to accommodate those things. So I feel bad for those workers because they can't leave the residents in the face of danger, no matter what it is. They can't just get up and abandon the residents and run away. They can send their family to safety, but they have to remain in the face of danger. Many roads are impassable due to downed power lines, fallen trees, and debris. So people are being encouraged to stay off the roads. More than 17 inches of rain have fallen throughout the night. Woo! Let's see what happened up there in Cape Canaveral. So Cape Canaveral is, how many miles is Cape Canaveral from Miami? I travel that route so often. I usually measure the miles when I hit the 100 miles. So when I leave Miami and I get to Becca, that's just around Port St. Lucie, that's 100 miles. And I'm trying to remember where the other 100 miles usually be. Is it usually at Cape Canaveral? I don't remember. Hey Kathleen, what's up? But I do remember that when I leave Miami, my first 100 miles is at Becca. That's right there at Port St. Lucie around there. My second my second 100 mile, I have it written down somewhere, is it at Cape Canaveral or is that at the third one, the second one? I don't know. Don't let me stress my brain this morning. Right, Andrea? Don't let me stress my brain out this morning to remember it, But let's just continue here. So you are right, Lyndon. It is still over Florida. It is still. I thought the doggone thing had already passed by. It's not gonna be out into the Atlantic until sometime this evening. Well, Lyndon, maybe you don't have to worry, cause it maybe won't bother you then. It won't bother you, even though it is coming right over you. It's gonna be, the intensity is going to be reduced, so you don't have to worry too much about it. At 6 o'clock this morning, more than 3.2 million people were without power in Florida. The eye wall of Hurricane Milton traveled through Hillsborough County, where Tampa is located. Okay, so all of these counties up here in the middle of Florida, they experienced the hurricane, but not so much the others. All right, we can work with that. Hurricane Milton lived up to its billing as a dangerous storm when it came ashore on Wednesday. Milton made landfall Wednesday at approximately 8:30 in Siesta Key, Florida. The National Hurricane Center said it had a sustained winds of 120 miles per hour. It unleashed heavy rains in the Tampa region, and St. Petersburg got over 5 inches of rain in a single hour and more than 16 inches in over 24 hours. A storm surge of several feet was reported south of Siesta Key in towns like Venice and Punta Gorda. Prior to Milton's landfall, at least 19 tornadoes touched down in the state, and a record number of tornado warnings were issued. Flash flood emergencies were issued in several cities and towns and sprang up along the I-4 corridor as the hurricane came through. Okay. I need an update from this morning. Where are my people who are down that way? These notifications I'm getting are from last night. I need an update for this morning. Let's see. For those of you who are still in Florida, still in the hurricane path, I hope that you continue to stay safe. Remember, there are power lines down. Those can be dangerous. Stay off the road. You ain't got no business leaving out of your house at this point. You ain't got no business leaving your house. Yeah, I said that. You ain't got no business leaving your house, even though you're going to say, well, the hurricane has passed. Remember, danger is still out there, and the cleanup crew, they are trying to clean up the roads and, you know, secure the place. You don't want to be getting in their way. There is still flooding going on. Oh my God, the people at the shelter. end up needing to be sheltered. Let me see what these officials are saying here. With Florida still recovering from Hurricane Helene, some states. Oh my God, how will this affect the elections? Okay, how will these hurricanes affect the Winter Queen? What's up? Affect the elections? It's possible mail ballots could get lost. Either getting may not get to the voter, or with the damaged mailboxes and stuff, they could get lost. Good morning, good morning, good morning, R3802. What's up? Good morning, 3802. How are you doing? Good morning to you. A lot of people are going to be displaced. They're not going to be. Winter Queen, what's up? A lot of people are going to be displaced. A lot of people are not going to be able. Thank you, Winter Queen. Good morning, my love. How are you doing? Welcome into the live. This is post Milton. This is the post Milton live, and we are talking about what's going on down there in Florida, my home state. And there is a lot going on, not just with the hurricane, but with the tornadoes that came ahead of Milton. They have caused significant damage and death down there in Florida. I know even when we get into how these hurricanes, these back-to-back hurricanes, are going to affect the elections. He says, I feel blessed and I'm grateful. There you go. Mine too. Not bad in Fort Lauderdale. We're beautiful, all right? So down there in Fort Lauderdale, my Fort Lauderdale people are checking in that they are okay. Angie over here too in Fort Lauderdale said everything was good. Everything was good down there. That is good. My friends further up in Port St. Lucie haven't fared so well with the tornadoes. The tornadoes have caused a walloping. That picture you see there behind me, that picture is from Port St. Lucie. That's that's the aftermath of the tornadoes that hit that area last night, just before Milton came in. So the tornado came in and did its damage, and then Milton came in and did its damage. And there are more hurricanes out there, right, guys? Did you know that? There are more hurricanes. We have 6 weeks to go in the hurricane season. We have 6 more weeks to go in this hurricane season. And the hurricanes keep lashing. The hurricanes keep lashing. Oh, my word. Let's see here. Oh, we ain't even finished talking about Helene. The story of Helene hasn't left our mouths yet, and we are talking about Milton. Yeah, a lot of people are not going to be able to vote because people's homes have been washed away. They have lost everything. People have lost IDs and important documents, and if they have requested mail-in ballots, where are these mail-in ballots going? If their homes are destroyed and they're no longer there. But we ain't worried about election, because election people, they will be just fine. The small people like us, we are worried about losing life and limb and property and family members and animals and all those things. That's what we are worried about. I'm not sure. Why do people keep on turn off my life? I can't stand TikTok, TikTok keep on turn off my life. From last night, them I do it. I don't know why. See there? Them freeze it and then them turn it off. I'm not sure why. Oh my goodness. Sure. Let us continue here, people, because I can't be bothered. See there? It's frozen. And then none of the buttons on the phone, it's not going back nor front.
This is support 5 kilometers of walk.
I'm sick of y'all. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it and I don't want to hear it. And I have to resume every minute. I have to resume because it keeps on. Because it keeps on turning off. As soon as I say the word election, then they start telling me about to learn more about US elections. Like, take that, go away from me, leave me alone. Okay? Please. Alright, let us continue here, guys. These people on the internet are something else, you know. Where's the internet acting foolish? Hold on there, people. Hold on there, people. Let me make this phone call. Let me see if everything is okay. You said we need to talk. I guess we do. You gotta text me. Text me or call me. Hello, ma'am. Good morning. How you doing? Or did I wake you up? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, if you're sleeping, that means you're fine. Eh? Oh, I'm up. I'm online. I was just thinking whether or not you were okay. Miss, let me call you, even though I'm on live. Oh, you're not there. Okay, wonderful. Oh, wonderful. I'm good at disturbing people's rest, you know. Yeah, I'm good at raising the dead. I usually disturb people's sleep. But anywho, I'm sorry, too early for that. Me wake you up too early with the shenanigans. But anyway, ah, okay, wonderful. Glad to hear. We will talk later on. All right, be good. All right, me and the shenanigan. Okay, Nation say he needs to talk to me. You gotta call me. You can't call me. And you know how to get in touch with me one way or the other, so you shouldn't have a problem. Unlike everybody else who may have a problem getting in touch with me, you shouldn't have a problem. So call me at this time of the morning. You should be. What time is it for you now? It is 8:25 for me. That means it is. Why are you doing up so early? It's 5:25 for you, right? Aren't you 3 hours behind me? No? Oh yeah, 5:25. And you were on live late last night. You're not asleep. Did you see you last night? I don't remember. But I'm glad you are up at 5. That's it. That's the right time for men to be up at 5 in the morning. It's the right time. We are. Oh, you slept like a baby. Don't you usually do? Don't you usually do? Don't you usually sleep like a baby? Well, good. Good to see you. Good that you are up. 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock in the morning. We are here talking about the hurricane. I know y'all get some flooding over where you're at, but this hurricane ain't affecting y'all. Go ahead, get your workout and call me. Yeah, call me later. We will talk. All right. All right, back to business. Back to business. We are still talking about this hurricane here. All right. So the people in Fort Lauderdale are doing good. People in Miami are doing good. All right. This is okay. This is a report from 1 hour ago. Let me see this report from 1 hour ago. They leave multiple people dead. I think it's those elderly people from the nursing home. Watch out, the computer freeze. What is not this? Watch out. Watch out. All the computer freeze people. Watch out. Oh my goodness. Watch out, the computer freeze. What are going on, sir? All right, I forgot do something about this. Let me see what Anderson Cooper is saying.
Covering these hurricanes, everyone is different. Everyone, I mean, you look at it on a map, and being on the ground, it's so interesting how quickly things shift. Just in the last 2 minutes before we came back from break, suddenly the Manatee River is now churning. We had seen some white caps on some water, but I mean, these are now these are now waves churning on the Manatee River, and the water is really starting to come over. I mean, you can see it now just running. This is all water, both from the river and also water coming from higher ground from this rain, which has just been coming down, obviously, for much of the day. But this is the first time we've really, I don't know, Neil, can even kind of come up and just get a sense of just how choppy this water has suddenly become, I guess as the wind has shifted somewhat. But I'm very curious to see over the next, how long.
And this was last night, guys.
Lasts, how much water starts to come up here. But this is the Riverwalk.
All right, he was just showing what was happening where he was at in Bradenton last night. But I don't know what happened to the computer. The computer suddenly. I need an update for this morning. Good Lord of mercy. These were last night. I don't want to talk about last night. I want to see what happened this morning. Oh my God. Look at all the people who were at the tropical fields at the Tropicana field. All the people who were at the Tropicana fields who ran there for refuge. You know what this reminds me of? Y'all remember in Hurricane Katrina? A lot of the people had gone to the stadium. You remember a lot of people had gone to the stadium, and a lot of them feared of worse at the stadium than if they had stayed home, because the people were dying of hunger. The people who needed insulin, couldn't get insulin. People died there. So it's like the same thing. Look at this here. Look at this. The whole roof The whole roof is gone. The whole roof is gone off the Tropicana fields. And lots of people went there hoping. Lots of people went there. Tuba Chat, what's up? Good morning, my love. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome into the live. Thank you so much for coming as always. You see this, guys, a lot of people went over there to the Tropicana fields hoping that the roof would at least hold up for them. Well, it did not. Oh my goodness. Let's see what they say here. In the wake of Hurricane Milton making landfall on Wednesday night, a police chief has charged a harrowing prediction about those who neglected mandatory orders to evacuate. Their bodies may be found at sunrise. Like, child, please don't be so grim and dire. You know, they like to use these hyperboles to sort of trick people. The people needed to leave, yes, but don't start telling them, oh, you're gonna pick up their bodies at sunrise. Oh Lord. What we'll probably be finding in the morning are bodies. It's bleak in some of these areas. They noted that other county police chiefs have urged those staying put to write their names with permanent markers on their arms so their family members can claim them. If that is not a dire warning, I don't know what is. Write your name on your arm with a permanent marker, so your family members can claim you. Hurricane Milton continues to move across Florida at a Category 1 with 85 miles per hour wind. Okay, the St. Johns River and Altamaha Sound could experience up to 4 to 5 feet of storm surge and 4 inches of rain. And this is another message at 5 a.m. this morning. It says there is a danger of life-threatening storm surge along the coast from east central Florida northward to southern Georgia, where a storm surge warning remains in effect. Damaging hurricane-force winds, especially in gusts, will continue for a few more hours in east central and northeastern Florida. Residents are urged to remain in an interior room and away from the windows. Heavy rainfall across the central to northern Florida peninsula through this morning continues to bring the risk of considerable flash and urban flooding, along with moderate to major river flooding, especially in areas where coastal and inland flooding combine to increase the overall flood threat. People, wow. Oh. Anderson Cooper was hit in the face by flying debris while he was reporting? Really? Wow. Let's see this. Let's see what's going on here. Anderson Cooper. Who is calling me? Swift one. You're outside, you're getting ready to go to Florida to serve and protect. Well, good. Go ahead and stay safe, my love. They need you down there. Yes, Florida need a lot of help right now. Hurricane Milton has caused significant damage, and not only Milton, but also the tornadoes that came ahead of Milton. You see, you're outside my home. You're coming for breakfast. We're gonna be making breakfast in 30 minutes. So if you're coming for breakfast, that's good. What you want me to make for you for breakfast? Talk to me, Swift. What you want me to make for you for breakfast? You want porridge? I can make you some porridge. Don't bother with nothing elaborate this morning. You need ah ah ah. You say you need more than breakfast. Say you need more than breakfast. What could be more than breakfast? Huh? Time gone for that now. You do them things before sunrise. Then when sunrise up, you have breakfast. So watch yourself. Oh, you like anything sweet? Okay. Swift one, don't take me with you down this rabbit hole. Don't take me with you. I'm not coming. I'm not coming with you down this rabbit hole. Let me see what happened to Anderson Cooper while he was reporting for CNN. He said he was hit in the face with debris while reporting outdoors on Hurricane Milton in the massive storm. The hurricane arrived at a Category 3 storm last night with 28 feet waves, strong winds, heavy rainfall, and storm surge across multiple areas. The National Weather Service generated 111 tornadoes as of 9:30 last night. Let me see. Oh yes, the debris smack him right in the face. Oh, after Hurricane Milton made landfall near Sarasota last night, it set in motion an outbreak of tornadoes inland. One of those was spotted just southwest of Wellington, which has a population of 66,000 and lies just 15 miles from that place in Palm Beach. The video of the whirlwind posted on social media has been authenticated by the National Weather Service in Miami, and there are going to be ongoing tornadoes. So guys, you all are still not out of the clear yet. You all are still not out. Have a great one, Shadeen. Have yourself a great one, my love. And be safe out there. Okay, guys. Oh my word. Hurricane Milton made landfall last night in Siesta Key. Multiple, you hear that? Multiple deaths have been confirmed in Port St. Lucie. Dozens of tornadoes were spawned in that area. A large crane was blown down in St. Petersburg, and the roof of the Tropicana field was ripped off. More than 3 million homes and businesses are currently without power. 28-foot waves battered shorelines, along with heavy downpour of up to 12 feet. Wind speeds have continued to slow, with Milton being downgraded to a Category 1 hurricane, with the extent of damage and casualties to become more clear later today. What we'll probably be finding in the morning are bodies. It's bleak in some of these areas, said the chief. More than 3 million electricity customers are currently without power. Approximately 3 million customers have been left under blackout conditions, with West Florida experiencing the worst outages. More than 95% of customers in Hardy County are experiencing power failures. Oopsie daisy, look at that. Oh, Lord. It's dangerous out there, guys. For those of you, I was waiting to see people like Jigsy. I don't know if Jiggy, I don't know if Kimberly is here. If anything happened down there where they are at over there on the west coast of Florida. For this morning, there is an update here that says Milton is continuing its Its northeasterly march across central Florida, bringing heavy rain and wind gusts. It will be in the Atlantic. So several people are saying several different things. I can't work like this. Some people are saying it by this morning, it should be in the Atlantic, and some people are saying it is still in Central Florida. But either way, you all still got to be careful because the hurricane is still, the effects of the hurricane can still be felt across the region. So you all still got to be careful. No, this person who is writing is like, this person who's writing on the internet is like copying stuff and writing stuff. Yeah, I don't want to read what you write because you are copying and pasting and your thing is not in order. I don't know why the internet even is like that. But anyway. Sweet Escape, good morning. How are you doing, my love? Welcome. Good morning. We are here kind of going over the effects of this hurricane Milton and all the damage it has caused in Florida. We good, sweets. We are good. We are doing okay. Whoa. Wow, look at this flooding. This is Port Charlotte. Oh, wow. Hurricane water is halfway up the building. The flooding, the water is halfway up the building. So it's serious. There it is. The waters are rising. I know with the rising of water, you know me always talk about that. I always talk about that. With the rising of the water comes the crocodiles. The crocodiles are gonna, is it crocodiles or alligators? Whatever they are in Florida, those prehistoric creatures are going to be just swimming in water. It's their element. They're going to just be swimming in water. So you better be careful out there. Because it's one thing to be it's one thing to be unalive by a hurricane, but it's another thing to be by a crocodile or an alligator, whichever one. Don't come at me telling me it's not crocodile, it's alligator, or it's not alligator, it's crocodile. Whichever one, those creatures, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So that's what is going on. That's what's going on down there in Florida. Miami, not Miami, but in Central Florida at the moment. That's what's going on. Lots and lots of rain, wind, flooding, lack of electricity. Some people's internet is down. I think the internet over there in the Tampa area is down. That's why I'm not hearing from my people over there. I haven't heard from anybody over there since this morning. But it is what it is. This is what we are faced with this morning. Mikey, how are you doing? What's going on with your neck of the woods, my love? All is well in your neck of the woods. Wonderful, wonderful. All is well in your neck of the woods. Wonderful. I love to see my fellow Floridians coming out and letting us know that they are okay. Okay, wonderful. I don't think all the way down by you was too much affected, but I know the tornadoes came close, pretty close to you down there. I'm glad that you are okay. A lot of people, first class, what's up? A lot of people did not fare so well. A few panels of my fence fell out, but that was it. Okay, all right. We can easily just push those back in. I'm glad nothing has happened with you, my love, because you're right there, right in the path. Right. Close by. One right turn from the hurricane and it could spell danger for you. I'm glad it's keeping It's staying on the path that it is on and heading on out into the Atlantic. I'm not so sure it is out in the Atlantic yet, because I'm seeing conflicting reports here on the internet. On the internet, some are saying that it has crossed over, some are saying that it is still pummeling. My friend was here earlier and he lives in Central Florida. He said he didn't see anything yet. So I don't know, maybe because it has calmed down, or maybe what he calls nothing yet would be something serious for me. You slept all night, didn't hear a thing. I can't imagine, my love. I can't imagine. That's good. I was here worried about what was going on down there in Florida, because during the live last night, even when Milton initially hit, good Lord, the winds, Mikey. Oh Lord, the wind was whistling and just sounding like something out of a movie, and the blinding rain and all. But later on, around 11:30, so it calmed down, because I went for long periods before I heard any before I heard a gust. So it had calmed down a little bit. I guess that's when the category was going down. Yeah. But now it seems like this was 3:30 a.m. Latest info on hurricane. Okay. You say your prayers, went to bed, woke up at 1, and straight through the night till 7 this morning. Well, good. I know. Oh, that just sent one text. Okay. Okay. Well, good. Um, Down there in Port St. Lucie, things aren't so good down there, my love. They have they are suffering from the effects of the hurricane number one, and the tornadoes that came through last night prior to the hurricane coming in. The hurricane didn't do much damage, but the tornadoes. I was just reading, Mikey, that they're doing a search and rescue operation at a nursing home and several other facilities in the region, because of the tornadoes have flattened buildings. The sheriff department has been flattened. Nursing homes and other buildings have been flattened. Um, until now, I think they have counted maybe, like, I think 17 people. 17 people who have lost their lives. I can't imagine being in a retirement home or working in a retirement home and you have to stay. You have to stay with those residents. You can't leave. You can't leave them. You have to stay. So, so whatever is their fate, it's probably going to be yours as well. That's the sacrifice you have to make, because you can't leave them, because they can't take care of themselves. Mm. You weren't even watching. Yes, sis. Yes. Um, that's what's happening right now. There's a lot going on down there in Fort Pierce and Port St. Lucie, around that region where the tornadoes hit. So they're dealing with tornadoes and the rain and the aftermath of all of that. They said over 120 tornado warnings were issued. And they are still at risk for more tornadoes hitting the region. and people have to be told. So yes, Sister Mikey, there's a lot going on. While you were sleeping, lots of things were happening, sis. While you were sleeping, lots of things were happening. All these people were losing their lives while you were sleeping. When and where did Hurricane Milton? Okay, that's 9 o'clock. I need to find an I need to find an update from this morning. Guess everybody is in shock about what is going on. And a lot of people decide to stay despite the hurricane, like despite the warnings. A lot of people decided to stay to fight out the hurricane. I don't know. This woman, I remember seeing her, they were talking. Yeah, I know a lot of people were having trouble finding. This person here said she was having trouble finding hotel rooms to evacuate to, and that is true because you know that all the way up the 95, people from Florida have been booking hotel rooms all the way through Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. I saw a report from a news station here where they went out there out by the 95 to interview people who were here from Florida. They couldn't get hotel rooms on their way up, so they kept driving until they could get hotel rooms all the way in North Carolina. So to drive 14, 15 hours, 16 hours to come to find a hotel room, and then they're gonna have to drive back. That is something. I tell you, I've heard of people even who have driven all the way west to Alabama, and some people couldn't move because they can't afford that. You know how much gas that is? That's a lot of gas. And especially you have a vehicle that have a lot of you have it loaded with your provisions and your family. That's going to cause you to burn more gas. Claudia, you're up. Good morning, sis. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to hop off in a little bit. I got a couple of things that I must take care of, Morgan. Mm-mm. Yeah, so that is what is going on. Lady Angie, what's up? How you doing? Good morning. Good morning to you, my love. Good to see you. 133 tornadoes. It's bad. It's bad down there. And when I don't see my regular people who are down there in Florida, I know that a lot is going on why they are not able to come on the live this morning. I was hoping to see some of my people out here telling me what's going on over on their side of the town, but clearly they were pummeled last night. So they are probably sweeping up people. Multiple deaths in Port St. Lucie. Yes, I saw that sit. Multiple deaths in Port St. Lucie from the tornado. They said a retirement home was hit, and most of the dead people are from there, from the retirement home down there, from one of the retirement homes in Port St. Lucie. Oh my goodness. I can imagine those are elderly people who can't help themselves, and maybe they're caregivers. Oh my goodness. So they say here federal officials are working to move IV bags out of the path of Hurricane Milton, which is threatening another manufacturer of IV fluids, even as hospitals nationwide are still reeling from disruptions caused by flooding at a large factory in North Carolina. Medical manufacturer B. Braun Medical closed its facility in Daytona Beach ahead of the storm. The company says it expects to resume manufacturing and shipping Friday morning. Braun is one of several IV producers that have been tapped to boost supplies after Baxter International's North Carolina plant was damaged in Hurricane Helene. U.S. hospitals use more than 2 million IV bags daily to keep patients hydrated and deliver medicines. But the fallout from Hurricane Helene forced some hospitals to begin conserving supplies. Mm-mm-mm. That's what is happening, my friends. Down there in Florida, in North Carolina, there were more than 5,000 people were in shelters in Storm Path, east of Tampa and St. Petersburg area, but officials urge others not to venture out to one at this point as storms began bringing down power lines and causing flooding. That was yesterday. That's what's happening. All right. So, lovely people, those of you who came this morning, this is what you saw. Me on TikTok now plant Gungo line. It's always shutting off and restarting. I can't be bothered. But anyway, yeah, that's where we are going to end the live for this morning. We are going to come back. I gotta get some things done here, and then we are going to come back later. We're going to make our breakfast together, and then come back around to the live. By then, my people um down there in Florida, over there in Tampa and the surrounding areas might be awake or might be ready to talk with us and show us and tell us what's going on down there. But let me go check on my family and we will talk again later. Okay, guys? TikTok already shut off. I'm sick and tired of TikTok. TikTok is always giving me trouble.